they knocked down his TikTok. I think his TikTok, yeah, I think his TikTok got knocked, his IG got knocked, and some more things. But I just want y'all to really think about, like, listen to this mess. I know I'm gonna have to take this video down because there's too much going on, but I'll put it on the free tier of my Patreon.
That doesn't. Do you only know gay men?
Well, I don't date gay men.
Well,
now remember, this is where it all started. If anybody is wondering where the beef started, this is it.
And this is why they hate women. The only people that can be with a heterosexual man is the woman that was born a woman, because heterosexuality is a woman and a man, not a trans woman and a man. Remember that. Those men are definitely gay. And this lets you know that they do talk to DL men and that they don't want those men to identify as gay, which is crazy. And this is why trans women's lives are so at risk, because what do you mean they're not gay?
Okay, well, I you know, when you guys be saying that, that's weird.
Why?
Because what do you mean you don't date gay men?
If you were born a male with a dick and a prostate and you transition and you date men, they're gay.
Because if he is sleeping with you and sleeping with a woman, he's something.
Well, he's not gay.
What is he?
And of course, we're just going to play semantics. Like, I guess you're going to say he's bisexual. To me, either a man is straight or he's gay. So they're gay. And this is why trans women are at risk, because why are you sleeping with people that hate themselves? Why are you sleeping with people that are afraid to identify as gay? That means that they're not acknowledging that you were born a man. They're not acknowledging your transition. And let's just be clear, after this interview, as you can see, TS Madison went to Twitter, and we did have a little back and forth argument, but he told me that I have a big platform and that it was wrong for me to sit up here and say that they're men and that those men that deal with them are gay. And he wanted me to come on his podcast to say that trans women are women and that men that deal with them aren't gay. You haven't saw me yet. That was June. So when you wonder and you keep asking, like, why is he on T.S. Madison's ass so bad? It's because T.S. Madison since June has sent all of these people to harass me and stalk me and dox me and do all of this stuff. So yes, I'm going to be on his ass. Anything go?
That doesn't. Do you only know gay men?
Well, I don't date gay men.
Well,
and this is why they hate women. The only people.
So this is the beginning. This is it. So if you were confused about any of this, T.S. Madison started all of this shit. All of it. And it was all because he had the nerve to be defending women and going in on his own community. And what is wrong with holding your own community accountable? What's wrong with that? Okay, now here's what I want to do real quick. Okay, because I already know I'm doing a lot, okay? And I don't want, I don't want no mess. But let me explain to y'all what the real situation is, okay? Let me explain to y'all where gender ideology came from, okay? So again, this is very important, y'all, because this is going to tell exactly why a lot of people do not rock with the T, why a lot of the LGBTQIA plus community wants the T to have their separate community, right? So there is this man named John Money, okay? John Money was a psychologist who was considered to be the founder of the modern gender theory and the trans movement, right? So John Money received his PhD from Harvard, okay? And he proposed that gender is not solely determined by biological sex. Okay, this all came from him. Please listen well. Okay, he decided that it's a social construct. This was him deciding this, right? And he said that gender is influenced by family, friends, and societal institutions. And John Money coined the term gender role and sexual orientation. This is where that whole phrasing came from. Okay. So to prove his theories, John Money conducted an experiment with someone named David Raymer. David Reimer's name was Bruce. Okay. At one point when he was born, his name was Bruce. After a botched circumcision at 6 months old, John Money told David's parents to raise him as a girl named Brenda. Okay. David was given dresses, dolls. This was a baby, y'all. This was a baby. David was given dresses, dolls, and hormone treatments. Right? And John Money said it was a success. But according to David and his parents, he was extremely stressed out, extremely unhappy, right? And you know, he had a real problem with what was going on with him. And I can't even mention all of it, but there is a lot of disturbing childhood sexual rehearsal play. These were sessions that John Money, the founder of these gender policies, this gender politics that we're going through now, this is the founder. He was having sexual rehearsal play sessions with this child and his twin brother. Right? So at 14 years old, David learned the truth that he was born male and transitioned back to living as a male. That experiment led to so much trauma, and to the point where his twin brother died from an overdose. And then he eventually unalived himself at the age of 38. He could never get past it. Nobody wants to talk about John Money's work on this boy and how this literally started all of this. Okay? Literally got swept under the rug. And, you know, all because a scientist who was also a pedo decided that gender was social. This is where this comes from. So all of this, exactly, yes, drove him crazy. So I said all this to say, someone defining gender by, as a psychological construct, and his beliefs that people are born gender neutral is why we're here. That's why we're here. Okay? And look, one day I'm going to be okay with having the discussion. I do need to go ahead and kick my spiritual channel off, but there is a very clear spiritual explanation for what is happening, for what TS Madison, for what all of these motherfuckers are doing. And it's disgusting, it's low down, and it's trifling. And whenever you see men defending women, this is going to be outcome. This is going to be the outcome. Y'all, my eyes are bothering me so bad. I can't even explain it to the point where they hurt. It's from my allergies. They are hurt. I'm going to have to go ahead and end this. I'm not sure if I can keep this up because they're protected. The TS Madisons of the world, they can say whatever they want to say about us, about women. They can call us fish. They can degrade our womanhood. They can say all of these things, talk about our women's issues, our periods and endometriosis and all this. They can drag us by all of that, but we cannot say anything back. And that is because of something called biofemphobia. Okay. And that is the phobia against biological women. Okay. Shout out to DL Whisperer. I was so sad when I looked and found out that he was locked up. I was so upset. But they are all a part of the machine. Okay. All of the social agendas that you see going on right now are in support of people like TS Madison. Okay. And they are willing to take down anybody that defends women. They do not want you defended as a woman. So, like I said, because I feel like I did a little bit too much, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and take this down. I'm going to download it, and it will be on the free tier of my Patreon. So, yes, DL Whisperer has a GoFundMe. Do me a favor, Gail, can you pull DL Whisperer's GoFundMe? Actually, Aaliyah, are you here? Aaliyah, if you're here, because I'm taking this video down, so we're not going to be able to I'm gonna have to come back and do this stream without all of the, extra, so that we can like have a discussion about it or whatever. But do me a favor and pull, Aaliyah, could you pull DL Whisperer's GoFundMe and share it on the community wall so that people can donate and help us, because like he is literally facing 10 years because of this. And I have seen women in this space allow actual men that actually give a fuck go hard in the paint for them, only to leave them high and dry. Let's not leave DL Whisperer high and dry. Let's support this man. He did not have to go against his own community for the interest of women. The only person that really benefits from this is women. There is hardly no one that really wants to support and defend. And I'll tell you, some of the reasons why a lot of men don't want to defend us against transsexual people is because a woman will go hard in the paint against a man for going in on one of them, like as if it's not two men. It's the most, it's crazy. Okay. It's crazy. But listen, look, protect your autonomy. I do not trust women who do not get this. I'm not saying that I don't like you. I'm not saying that I won't rock with you. But if you do not understand or do not see what these men are doing with our image. And here's what I want to, here's another thing. Why is it that when they cosplay as women, they have to literally be the lowest form? Sure, you can have the nails, you can have the hair, the wig, the makeup, whatever, right? But why is it that it's always a crass, classless, tacky, overtly sexual? Like the way that they take womanhood and try and represent it is so disgusting. So anyway, I'll see you guys later. Be safe out here. Did y'all check out my last videos? I got some more stuff that I'm working on for y'all. I will see y'all a little bit later. Thank you guys for supporting me. Please support the DL Whisperer. Okay. And understand that Timothy absolutely messes with the woo. But he's not the only one. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.